Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
We're the Jollies, Dee and Willie Jolley. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And we want to talk about lessons from 40 years. We celebrated 40 years. How many? Greg and Linda.
47.
No, 50.
Oh.
They were just at their 50th. And they give great, folks, I want to say this. Write this one down. We say it often, but I want you to make sure you get it. There are two ways to get to any goal in life. Mentors and or mistakes. Now, both will get you there if you don't give up. One just get you there with less headaches, heartaches, and knots upside your head. So always get mentors to help you. And that's why we wrote the book, to mentor you through writing in the book, lessons, or we give you our 10 steps to help you not have headaches.
Can I interject?
You may.
So Greg and Linda have been 50.
50.
What's the number one reason why they've been married for 50 years? Then we've got Gladys and Ron who are 47.
47.
What's the number one reason that you have thrived for 47 years if Gladys is on?
Gladys, I'm sure you're on. Jump in on this, Gladys, and tell us your number one reason for why y'all have been able to stay together, happily married for 47 years. Greg and Linda, what are the?
Is it mutual?
Give me something. Give me something, Greg and Linda. What is one thing? The one thing that for 47
if
for 50 years.
One piece of advice. You can
one
only give
piece of
one,
advice.
and that's hard.
Yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice, what might it be?
My nephew asked that the other day.
And what'd you tell him?
Sam asked that, Uncle Willie, what's the one thing, if you could give me one thing? And my one thing, same values. That's what Greg and Linda said, same values. I said, you learn how to not say everything you think.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, don't say everything you think. Now, you have to have open and honest conversation. That don't mean, though, you got to say everything you think. Sometimes you just need to shut your mouth and shut up and zip it and don't say it. You might say something and you be wise and you be kind.
And but that's more than one thing. I said one thing.
One thing is
for me, then you said don't say everything that you think, even though I might ask you, does this look good on me?
Does this make my butt look big?
For me, I would say mutual respect.
Mutual respect.
That is important to me. So see, even each partner can have a different most important thing.
Yes, that's true.
But you work together. So let's go back. Let's see. For review, so it's labor, lessons, and love, right?
Labor, the lessons, and the love. Correct.
So a quick review of what was the hardest season of your marriage, and that was different for us. You said
the death. I said the death of my mother, my brother, and my father-in-law, your dad, in 30 days. That was the toughest time of our marriage because
that's what you said.
That's what I said. But I have to tell you why. Because we had to share each other's grief.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whose grief was more important? Both of our griefs were most important. So, okay, what was yours?
And I said the blending of the families.
Yes.
And having to do the right things with our daughter when I did not feel like it. And to take your place and to say what you would have said because you couldn't be there because you were away speaking.
Yes.
And she, at that point, was not nice to me.
Yes.
But I had to say and do what was the right thing to do, even though I didn't feel like it. Yes. Which then says how you feel should have no bearing on what you need to do.
Okay.
And what must be done.
Yes.
So that was the major lesson learned for me. So I don't have sympathy for people for I don't feel like that. Shut up. You know what you need to do it, go do it. Because it's the right thing to do. How you feel about it has no bearing on doing the right thing. So I don't have sympathy.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how. Senior Terrence says, mentors or mistakes. Don't make a mistake. Get the book and get mentored. Thank you. He promotes his book.
He rhymes everything so well.
Go to jollymarriage.com, get a free chapter, and get the book. Okay. Let's see what did I just hit. I just hit something.
Okay. Did we answer this question last week? What compromises or sacrifices did you have to make for each other?
Yeah, we did. I told you I couldn't be sloppy. I enjoyed being sloppy.
And you still do.
Yeah.
And that's
so I got to compromise. I got to clean up behind myself.
That's very evident when we travel because we get double beds as opposed to on king size beds. You come in, you open your luggage, and you throw everything over the other bed, and I don't say a word. That makes you so happy. I get it all out, and it's all a mess, and I'm happy, happy. And I said that I work at, being patient because you're sloppy.
Okay. And sacrifices. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You really are pretty easy. You are easy to deal with, except the fact that you're sloppy. So that's minor by comparison, because you're very loving. You really are very loving and kind, and you love me knowing that I am a challenge to deal with, and I know that.
Okay. Hey, Sharon Bullock, she just jumped in. Dr. L,
hey.
The LH Vaz joined. S Houston, Texas joined. Okay. And let's see, we got a lot of folks joining. Hey, just glad y'all are joining. Monica Morgan, I love her, from Detroit. One of the greatest photographers on the planet
of all times.
Yes,
she did the photos for Nelson Mandela, and we got a copy.
Yes,
that was a blessing. Did we answer the question? Right. How did you navigate disagreements? And that's one.
Now that one we didn't talk about last week. How do you navigate disagreements, different parenting styles, different financial perspectives?
Okay, let's go back to basically for disagreements. We actually did a TED talk on that.
Yeah, we did.
The details of that you can get for free by going to
JolleyMarriage.com.
Okay.
You can look at our TED talk. Right. That will take care of that. If you deal with disagreements.
The summary. The basics is that you fight the problem, but not each other.
That's right.
So
you attack the problem and
throw the problem on the other side of the table. So now how are we going to deal with that?
And I got one for Mark Dow. Mark Dow, thank you for reminding. He told me this is a good one. If it's a 10 for your partner, it has to be an 8 for you. Whatever it is.
What does that mean?
If yoga's a 10 for you, I gotta have an 8 at least. I take a yoga. Don't I take a yoga usually on Monday night? If it's a 10,
but you're slick.
I get to teach you who easy. I get to teach you easily.
So he satisfies my desire to be able to talk to him about yoga. So he knows just enough. So dear, that's a down dog. Well, how was that? Does he go to the classes where it's 100 degrees? But I love him because he put forth the effort. So
that's why Mark says, if it's a 10 for your partner, you need to make it an 8 for you. And that's a great line. That's great. So I'm into, give you an example. Some of y'all have seen, and I think this is what brought Mark shared it with me. He called me because he saw a social media post of us at the Botanical Gardens.
Oh.
And I didn't want to be there per se. I'm not that into plants.
I was so excited.
But she was so excited.
I was so excited because they had all kinds of succulents. And succulents, cacti, don't require a lot of water. And I'm terrible about watering. The backyard is okay. The front yard, I never got the front, so it never gets water and everything dies. And so it's like, we had date night. And he says, where do you want to go? And I said, I wanted to go look at flowers. So we went to Botanical.
And I was an 8. I walked through and I engaged and I had a conversation.
I was so happy.
Yeah. So he said he didn't make this up, but I got it from you. If you didn't make it up, I'm still going to give you credit, Mark Downs. He and his wife Yvette have been married. How long y'all been married, Mark? 38 years, something like that, 35, 36, 37 years, I don't know. Trinita Lattimore, my dear friend, sister of the great singer Kenny Lattimore. She said, I'm not married yet, but I love y'all. I love Trinita. Okay, lessons. Let me give you a couple of lessons.
One
All right,
more.
go ahead.
Okay,
go
neighbor.
ahead.
What routines or habits did you build to keep the relationship strong? I think that's important.
I tell you, I love you. And we didn't talk about that last week. Say I love you every day. Every day, every day, every day.
And then sometimes you'll say, did I say I love you today?
Every day.
And I say no.
I love you today.
Now, you're saying that
for
not
two
only
reasons.
Remind me.
For you, but also to remind
me. Yourself.
That's right. To remind, because life has distractions. So if I say it every day, I'm reminding myself every day that I love you.
But I think that's like when we talk about, when I talk about goals in the life, affirmations. I am in love with you. I am in love with you. I love you. You repeat it enough until you believe it.
Then you get it.
Then you're actually making it come to fruition.
One more thing I do. One more thing. You said, what routine or habit? Don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
But you know what? You can say that, but we're not, I can't think of a time we've gone to bed really annoyed.
Well, we got a routine.
Having a disagreement.
We have a routine. We know it's not wise. So that's a routine now it's second nature. We have an issue, we fix it quick. I think that's the routine. What the habit? Fix it quick. If my feelings are hurt, her feelings are hurt, we do it quick. Hurt my feelings.
And then we have humor. And I had to learn to get humor because my father was a fire and brimstone pastor, so everything was very serious for me. So I had to consciously work at how can I relax? How can I just enjoy and make fun of myself, because I do tend to take myself very seriously.
Okay, Mark's 38 years this year.
Ah,
very good, very good. It's let's see. Terrence said he's not sloppy. The soft answer is he's a little untidy. I got you, Doc. That's right. There you go. Thank you. Just a little untidy, not sloppy. Just a little untidy. I like it like that.
Humor.
There you go.
Very important.
Okay.
For diffusing stuff, like I have a bad habit of losing the remote.
So she will lose the remote in the bedroom, and I'll tell you,
I don't go out the bedroom. I have not left the bedroom.
Change any channels without the remote. And last night we looked for that remote for an hour. An hour.
Here's my challenge. I do not multitask. Do I have any people? I don't multitask. I try to.
It doesn't work.
And I do two things very poorly.
So she found it in the closet in her sock drawer.
Because I was trying to organize my socks, but
one day I found it in the bathroom. One day I found it in another closet. So I told her the new system is when she touches that remote, she puts it on her nightstand. And when she doesn't touch the remote, leave it alone. It's going to be on my nightstand. Okay?
So a sense of humor to be able to make fun of it. That I just can't multitask.
All right. So what else? One more. The quicker you apologize, the better the time will pass. The quicker you apologize.
But here's the challenge with that.
What?
Your pride gets in the way.
So you got to
not. But I'm just saying the reason that we find it hard to apologize is that our pride gets in the way. We don't want to be the first ones to say I'm sorry.
You better learn to say it. That's one of the things you got to learn to do. That's a lesson. It's hard. No, let me tell you what. Let me say this first, then I'll come to Greg. I was telling somebody yesterday that marriage is work, but it's not hard labor. Now let me say that. We say the labor that lessens the love. It's work, but it's not hard labor. The labor is on your heart.
You know what? I think.
Oh, let me say it again. The labor is on your heart. You being willing to say, I'm sorry. I apologize. The labor of being less pride, more open. Go ahead.
In reference to that it takes work in the relationship because you're not a mind reader. So you have to be willing to study your partner, the nuances of how they say things, the body language, because I care and because I like the partnership.
Yes.
There's something that's very popular now, and it's called, and I had mentioned it before. I'm going to do an article about that, about the solo agers, that more and more singles as they age.
Right.
They're lonely. Now, many have decided, okay, I don't want to make fun, but you then have to find an environment or some kind of agreement where you have somebody who can call you daily to check on you to see if you're still breathing. What
Right.
about your cousin?
Yeah.
Who was dead, had started to, what's that word? Decay.
Yeah. But nobody knew he had died. Or which cousin?
Renee's brother.
Oh, her nephew.
Her nephew.
Yeah.
So he was what?
2 or 3. Nobody came to see him because he had become antisocial. Anyway,
yes.
All right. Let me go on. Greg and Linda. Greg and Linda 50 years. I look for opportunities to sincerely praise Linda.
Aww.
She finds little way to do things for me. And it's the little things that mean so much to me. The way you smile, the way you look at me like a child, as happy as can be.
And you know what? You can be romantic when you're out. You look forward to it. Like we hold hands.
Yeah, we went to.
Or
what?
like little things I do, like pinch your butt when we're out.
Yes. She does that. And we hold hands.
We were at the baseball game.
We went to the Savannah Banana. It's more than a baseball game. It's a baseball experience. It's a concert. It's a theater show. It's a dance show. It's a little bit of everything. Hilarious.
So Natalie Green, who used to work with us, took us there for our anniversary.
For our anniversary. But we had a great morning activity or daytime activity. We went on a boat cruise with all our family members. Dinner cruise, lunch cruise. Brunch cruise. It was fantastic. We danced. We did the boots on the ground. We did the wobble.
I was learning the boots on the ground.
I did the boots on the ground. I did the wobble.
It was good. That's because you stayed up learning it.
I learned it the night before. I looked at the YouTube video. I learned the steps. Okay. So next one. The quicker you fix an offense, the faster the healing happens. The quicker you fix that offense. If it's somebody's offended, quickly fix it. I apologize.
Again, be careful about the pride. Okay.
All right.
Lessons. What we learned from. Okay. What have you learned about yourself through marriage? Okay. I learned that I have to verbally express how I'm feeling and not just think it, because he doesn't know if I don't say it.
That's right. Okay,
what'd you learn?
I've learned a lot about over 4 decades about myself. What I learned about myself is that I don't have to always be right, and that it really does help to have a partner to bounce ideas off of. And I don't have to have all the answers, all the ideas. I don't need to have them. That's why I got a smart wife.
But here's the other thing. If your position or your opinion or your solution was not the right one, I don't rub it in.
No, you do not rub it in.
It's like we okay, changed, we agree, and we move on. My goal is to not deflate your ego. I absolutely do not want to do that.
Other thing I learned about myself is to stay under control.
What does that mean?
Don't get angry. Don't allow myself to get angry, because I had a temper as a child, and so I've learned that stay calm, don't panic. Let's see, Mark Downs. I tell my family communication to be complicated. I call it package and delivery. It's not what you say, it's what I hear. If you didn't understand it,
absolutely,
that's on me. I obviously didn't present my position clearly. That's good. That's very good, Mark.
That is excellent.
Excellent. That's right. He's been married 38 years. He figured it out.
Okay. Did your understanding of love change over time?
And look, Terrence said, I don't have to be right. Just want to be happy. All right. And happiness comes from, I don't have to be right all the time. I want us to be together, Enjoy it. Okay, what
you,
was
you
that?
could be right and you killed your partner.
Yeah.
So
What did you say?
okay, this one. What?
How-
Okay, how did your understanding of love change over time? I don't know if that means love in terms of sex, but love in terms of appreciation for time and attention and caring. But when I don't feel well, which is seldom, but when I had I had a cold. I
Had a
did have
bad cold
COVID.
just about 3
And
weeks ago.
yeah, and you brought me the soup, you brought me the liquid. You were just very, very thoughtful. And only a person who cares would take the time to do that. And you come upstairs and check on me. That means a lot. Everybody doesn't have that.
Well, I used to think love was just sex. Okay, that's when I was young. I loved because I was into being a sex maniac. But I learned over the years, as I've gotten older, that love is more about being together and just being with you, being close to you.
I like saying appreciating each other. You know, you have some funny friends who said, "Oh, we were in church and was it Red who said that?"
Oh yeah.
Unbelievable! You've been married for 40 years. I see how Dee could do it. I don't know how you could do it.
Well, she knew me from college, and she was my college bestie, and she was like, I still don't believe that you've been married for 40 years because you were such a womanizer, and I was, and so, but I've been true blue, so I'm grateful. All right, what's the next question?
Okay. What advice would you give to a newly married couple?
I think we did that already.
Did we do that?
Yeah, well, we did that, but I said when you.
Okay. Let's go to love.
Okay.
What moments made you feel most loved or seen?
What moment make you feel most loved or seen?
For me, you always do. I can't say. I can't answer that because you always make me feel loved and seen.
Let me give that lesson. As I said, I had a number of ladies I was dating, and toward the
at the same time.
Yeah, but I was starting to weed them out.
At the same time.
Weed them out.
At the same time.
And figure out which one was going to be the one who
at the same time.
My life partner.
At the same time.
And so one of the things I'll never forget was I asked the girl who I was dating.
I know what you're going to say.
To iron my shirt because I was running late for an event. And she said, "You iron it yourself." And I was rushing, trying to get all my equipment together when I was singing. "Could you iron my shirt?" "No, you iron. Note. Go to visit Dee
in
Hampton, where she had moved to with her father and mother to help run their organization.
Because I lost my job here and I got discouraged. And I said, "I'm going to take myself home and lick my wounds."
Yes. And Sunday morning comes around and she said, "I need to iron your shirt before we go out." I said, "What? Give me your shirt and I'm going to iron it."
Because it had wrinkles in it.
She had no idea that was almost like a fleece. That was like a
well, you have to explain.
A fleece is a biblical, where God would say, when they say, "God, if this is you, is you the right one? Show me a sign that it'll rain everywhere but on this top of the rock, or it'll be wet everywhere but on the bottom of the rock." And that's when you knew that this was. Well, I said, wow, she ironed my shirt. That made a point of interest. A flag went up, a green flag, not a red flag. A green flag went up and said, she might be the one. And I just kept looking. Then you got closer. You didn't even know it.
Huh?
You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it.
Okay, so what surprised you about falling in love and staying in love? Anything surprise you?
That I could, because I was.
So you didn't think you could be what your friends say. They didn't think you could be faithful.
That's
to
right.
One person.
That's the big surprise. That I could be faithful to one woman for 40 years. Wow. I'm still amazed. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And what surprised you about fun?
Oh,
I'm a loner. And I really like being with you. And I am very much an introvert and a loner. And I could sit in the corner with books and read all day. But now I can sit in the corner with you.
That's right.
And read all day.
And here's the thing I think I want to give you. You didn't answer the way I thought you might answer. Is because initially she said, no, I'm not going to marry you. Over and over again. We had a great friendship, but she said, no. I think our relationship got better over time. You know, you didn't fall in love overnight. You didn't, it was like first time you saw me, no. It was like,
you wore me down.
Hello.
With your kindness and your sweetness and your persistence. And I just kept saying no. You just kept sweetly coming back. And you became my best friend, my confidant. So it wasn't lover at first.
Right.
It wasn't that. But the trusting and the developing the trust so that when I lost my job, when the plane went down over the Potomac as if that were yesterday, I called you.
Mm-hmm.
Said I lost my job.
I said, I'll be right over.
In the snow.
In the snow. And we had a great evening. All right, our time is up. We might have to do part 3 of this. What do y'all think? Let me know what you think. Terrence, I call this the How prayer. Lord, Lord, how should I love my wife? Lord, how can I make her my most valuable asset? That's good. That's very good, Senior Terrence. And thank you all who've joined all over the different platforms. We thank you. We encourage you to tell everybody you know to go to jolleymarriage.com and watch the TED Talk free. Go to jolleymarriage.com, get the book. Get it at Jolley Marriage. Get 2 copies, one for each of you, and read it together. And then finally, stay connected to us. And if you have issues or questions and you want some answers, we'll never use your name when we answer your question. Send us an email at info at williejolly.com.
You
Thank
know what
you.
I say? Think trophy spouse. I have, and I said I was going to get some booty shorts and have trophy spouse written across the butt.
She got me some trophy husband socks.
I got him some
socks.
Trophy husband socks.
Yes, she did.
But I really want to get some booty shorts.
Okay, sweet.
That say trophy.
Desiree Matthews says, wow, that was very helpful. Fantastic show. Ellen Albee says, yes, please. Thank you. And Terrence said, don't forget, she got to make more money than me.
I'm not mad at you.
All right, we got to go. We'll see you next week.
Safe 4th of July.
Yeah, have a great self 4th of July,
Yeah.
and be grateful. And we'll see you next week. God bless you.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.